What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Going Rogue podcast. You do not have to listen to my massive ad reads yet. But that being said, if you are interested in sponsoring next year's games, go check out the link on our website. You can find it toward the bottom of the Blue Ridge Championship page on goingrogue.com, as well as the Woodridge Farm Celtic Festival page. That being said, we do already have one company that is in next year. No surprise to anyone, the Kilted Patriot will be back and bigger and will be a flagship sponsor for our games. So please go check them out. It is a fantastic nonprofit that has been giving back like crazy to this beautiful little community of the Highland Games, and very specifically driven at improving the athlete experience. I am certain that you guys have seen them all over the place. If you are not following them, go follow them on Facebook, on Instagram. Go buy some gear off the website. They have tons of cool stuff, and they're always making more. And if you see them at a game, go tell them thank you. They are really putting their heart into this. So go check them out as soon as you can. If you aren't subscribed, go subscribe. All of these will also be on our YouTube. The more of you that are over there allows me to do things more often next year, like hopefully go live and put out some more video edits on YouTube. So check us out everywhere and enjoy the episode. But
while we're talking, but
it doesn't matter. The mustache is going to distract him from whatever you're doing anyway. So
yeah, roger that.
It's the draw. But so yeah, I figured we'd kick this off with like a real brief intro, just in case someone hasn't seen or more likely heard you
Right.
at a game near them. But then we'll get into the main meat and potatoes here, which is Kilted Patriots and kind of the hows and whys, and really anything that people need to know. And we'll just go from there. But
Sure,
for those
yeah.
of you that don't know, Buck Buchanan, a part of Clan Buchanan, right? And then
That is correct, sir.
now I know you were an athlete in the games for 6 to 8 years, if I'm remembering right, somewhere in there.
A little longer. I'm not real good with time, but yeah, I threw for quite a while.
Yeah, so the better part of a decade at least, probably.
At least, yeah.
Was that what started you in the games? Because eventually, spoiler alert, you ended up very much on the announcer, promoter, AD side of things.
Right.
But
So
did you start out as an athlete, or what?
Yeah, I was just went to go visit my dad.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out what to do, and decided on going to Highland Games because Clan Buchanan. Happy birthday. So we went to a game, and sitting there, it's Sarasota, and sitting on the bleachers, and these two old ladies are sitting in front of me talking, and these guys are trying to turn the caber, and one lady says, how can you tell if one's going to turn and one's not going to turn? She goes, look at their calves. If they've got pretty calves, they're going to turn the caber. And
God, I wish that was true.
Right? And I just laughed, and my dad says, what are you laughing about? I said, well, they suck. He says, well, you can't do it. I said, bet me, I'll be out here next year, and I'll win this whole daggone thing. And I did.
There you go.
Yeah.
Would have been a really poetic ending if you didn't.
Right.
But
Right. So that's how I got started, and I threw and absolutely loved it, and survived two meniscus tears, and kept on throwing. And at Bethabra, first turn of the 56, I just tore the snot out of my knee again, and ended up having to get it replaced. And wife said, that's about enough. You're done.
Yeah. So. And then so around when, because I came into the games in 2018, and you were already on a microphone at least here and there. So when did you end up making that transition over to more of the, not behind the scenes, because I mean you spent a good day of it in the center of the field, but on the athletic support side instead of the athletic side?
He said athletic supporter.
I did. There, look, you wanted hijinks, and I accidentally called you a jockstrap like 2 minutes into this thing. So there you go.
Absolutely. I'm not sure when I did it. I know when I tore it the first time, there was a small game up in Virginia. I was supposed to throw, and I went up anyway. And he's like, well, listen, since you're not going to throw, here's a microphone. I'm like, cool. And then I got to do Bethabra right after that, and I think that was my second meniscus tear in the games.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure what year it was because I really don't pay attention.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, and I really enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, the first time I was on the microphone, um, I don't know if you probably weren't around, but there was this really big feller. Called him Kung Fu Panda, and his name was Will Hancock.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, stepping up now with the caber, it's Will. The microphone cut off on the first part of his last name. So it was Will Cock. The crowd went nuts. It was hilarious. He didn't appreciate it much. But,
Shocking.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do when the mic cuts off,
Yeah. That was one of the times you insulted an athlete and it wasn't on purpose.
Exactly, yes.
Every time since then, for anyone listening, it's been intentional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not harmful. It's not meant malicious. It's just fun.
Yeah. Well, awesome. And then, so you started getting heavily involved with the Central Carolina games. Was that kind of your first venture into ADing a game? Was it Central Carolina or was it elsewhere?
So, it was a strange transition. So, being an announcer, I have to work with the organizers of the games a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought I'd show up and talk. And that's not the way it really works. I mean, you got to get things together for the opening ceremonies, make sure you know what time, what's going on. And it's kind of a little more involved.
Mm-hmm.
And Loch Norman really helped me with that.
Yeah.
And so I had a wild hair during COVID. I'm on the board of Central Carolina Children's Home.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, why don't we get the Highland Games athletes out here, put on a game, and do something for the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew at the end of COVID we were going to lose some games.
Yeah.
So I got some advice from my friends over at Loch Norman and some of my friends down in Florida. And that was my first game that I put together.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't AD. That's not my.
Okay, so that's a misnomer on my part.
Yeah,
You're on the board for these games, but you are not athletic
right.
directing. Because I mean, what Willie ends up doing a lot of the AD type responsibilities.
Yep.
For
Yeah.
Central.
So
Okay.
Willie is the official AD.
Okay.
Now this year Willie's having hip replacement surgery.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's coming up soon.
Yeah, real soon, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, and so we got what's his name coming out of Virginia?
Harding?
No.
I mean, Gerald? Is Jerry Witzman coming down?
No.
Travis Haddock? Yeah,
Heather's
Travis.
husband. Travis Haddock.
Yep.
Yeah, we got.
I was like,
Travis
I'm just gonna
Haddock
start running through
down.
lists of people that live near me that. So yeah, I was like, I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I'm real happy Travis is coming down. I've announced for a couple of his games. He really puts on a good show.
Yeah.
And it looks like this year we're putting together a really good list of adaptive athletes as well.
Nice. That was something I was going to chat with you more about off air too, to try and run by all of y'all, because I think it would be a fun thing to try and start working into Woodridge. Because
Right.
I always remember when I got started in the games, everyone at Chad's games, I mean, Matt Hand would be there, Mark Little would be there. Like, there was a core group of adaptive guys that would come through the majority of those games, and VSG and Richmond. Like, it was pretty common. And then, like, around COVID times or just after, it kind of seemed to just sort of dissipate for whatever reason.
Right. It's hard to get some adaptives out there.
Yeah.
But with the help of Kilted Patriot right now, we're getting a little more traction.
Okay.
Kilted Patriot is trying to put together the, and I know I'm not going to get the words in line properly,
No.
but the Highland Games Adaptive World Championship.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to try and pull them from all over the world, and have one big game where they just compete against each other.
There you go. Hey, I know a really cool venue that wants to host a spring function that will give a charity event a field. So
Right. Yeah. So do I. So
fair enough.
But yeah, we're kind of billing Central as the first one, but it's not going to be that big because it's the first one.
Yeah.
And we haven't really gained any traction.
Okay.
We've gained a little bit, but not what we need to really bill it as the championship.
Yeah.
So
no, but that's still an awesome direction to work towards. I think that's
absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and now that I know that you'd like to jump in the ring as well and put another spring game together, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. My venue's been really wanting to, and I just haven't come up with a formula in my head because I didn't want to just run another game. I already run a game there in the fall. I don't want to oversaturate one place. I want to spread stuff around. But if there's something a little bit different that can be done, whether that's adaptive or whether that's smaller games or just some sort of different structure,
Yeah,
like
the spring's game heavy anyway.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a little lighter than it has been in years past,
Right.
And I think if you can bring something a little different to the table, at the end of the day, I think it's doable. Anyway, that's a rant that I would yap about. No one needs to hear all the thoughts that I have in my head in one sitting. It's too much.
Well, with the other heads behind you, it'd be a great conversation.
Right? You like that? I'm trying to see how many skulls. You can't even see the little guy. We can put him up there now. But
do they talk to you at times?
I don't want to answer that because this will eventually get used against me in some sort of way.
Right.
But
we'll just start calling you the skull collector.
Right. I mean, it's feeling that way. I counted the other day. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pieces of taxidermy just in the room with me right now. So
okay,
it's a start,
Right.
There could always be more.
Right.
But anywho, to keep us a little on what I've got written down here, we did open up some Q&As on Instagram that I think are also a nice little intro and a segue into what we're actually here for. Someone did ask, what has your favorite games moment been? And they weren't particular to whether it was you as an individual or you as a announcer who gets to be at a lot of big games. But do you have any one moment that really jumps out at you? Like if you're going to tell somebody one story from the Highland Games?
One of the best moments ever. My daughter went with me to a game in Georgia. It was, and I don't know if it's still going now, but it was billed as the Georgia's Masters Championship. And
man, we really will just make championships for anything. But go on.
Oh yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So I was up against some really big, heavy hitters: John Allen, John Owen, just to name two. And I didn't have much of a chance, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, and I wasn't one of those guys who counts points, who counts wins at each event. I just throw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there to have a great time, and not always there to win.
Mm-hmm.
Although I did.
It's cool when it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, my wife has put all my trophies in a closet, and I don't even get to see them.
You got a big bare wall right behind you, man. Take it from me. You can put shit anywhere.
I know, but they say it's better to ask for forgiveness rather than permission.
Yeah. Also, don't take marriage advice from me. I don't have the greatest track record in the world, so maybe keep doing what you're doing and leave them in the closet.
I just say yes, man. Whatever.
There you go.
But at the end of the day, it's the awards ceremony, and they're going through second and third, and they say, and the winner is Buck Buchanan. And I got to send my daughter up to grab the great big huge shield.
Nice.
It's here somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Somewhere. It's in the closet, covering up all the
Yeah.
other stuff.
Right. Another one. I was throwing up in Virginia, in Richmond, as a matter of fact, and Eric Fraser was in his heyday. He was just tearing up every field he was on, and we were hanging out, and I said, "Hey, Eric, we're just chatting around," and I said, "It's my daughter's birthday," and he says, "Really?" He walked over to the announcer, grabbed the microphone, stopped the games, and called my daughter on the field, and everybody sang her happy birthday. So
Nice.
that's another one of my favorite memories of the games.
That's great. Speaking of another facet of your life, though, was Lumpy's ice cream. And one of the questions we got is, what does life hold for Buck Buchanan post Lumpy's?
Yeah, I just made that public a couple of days ago because we just listed Lumpy's for sale. It's been a part of my life. Almost. Well, I guess as long as the Highland Games, so 25 years at least, and so I know it. We'll probably have a contract in hand end of next week at the most. And then I got to spend another year training people how to do what I did.
Yeah.
So Lumpy's is going to continue. I'm going to be there in the mornings for at least another year. But we got 25 acres out in Lewisburg. Nice. And so I'm going to get me a couple of cows, hopefully Highland cows, and a couple of sheep, and just raise my own food, loving my wife.
There you go.
I plan on putting a commercial kitchen out there with a great big pavilion.
Awesome.
So anytime you want to come out, bring all your friends, hang out. We'll play some bluegrass, eat some good.
Don't threaten me with a good time, man.
Food. Yeah. Awesome. So, plus, it frees me up to do more games, and gives me the ability to focus on the games, especially Central.
Yeah.
Because I'm gearing up right now to start finding sponsors. So if you're looking to sponsor a Highland game, and you want one that makes a difference, Central Carolina Highland Games.
There you go. Yeah, benefiting. Would you say the Children's Hospital of Central North Carolina? I don't want to get it wrong.
Central Children's Home of North Carolina.
Okay, same words, just a very different order. Good.
Right.
Good.
Right. It took me a long time to learn the order that it goes in.
Right. But
yeah.
And then one of the other questions, which was one of the ones that you actually said you wanted to cover anyway, was how did you end up involved with Kilted Patriot? Because I mean, that's another board that you're on, which makes, I mean, by my count, you've got what, the Children's Hospital. Are you
Children's
on
Home.
Gillybrogues as well, or Children's Home?
Gillybrogues, yes, sir.
And then
yes,
Kilted
sir.
Patriot. So you
Kilted
say it
Patriot.
gives you more time. It sounds like your time's going to be pretty busy because you're on at least 3 nonprofit boards at this point. So
yeah.
I don't know what free time you're talking about. But
well, Operation Gillybrogues is really cool. Brian Cavender and I started that. And Brian has another game, which is North Georgia Highland Games. Great game. And Operation Gillybrogues is our nonprofit that puts on Highland Games to benefit children's homes.
Nice. So it's still pretty in line. So how'd you end up making that jump from all the children's home nonprofit work to ending up getting involved with Kilted Patriot? How did that come to fruition?
So I was down in Florida for the Masters World Championship, and Kilted Patriot had just been formed, and it was their first time sponsoring a game. and I met Tim and Dave and sat down and talked with them. And unlike all the other sponsors of the games, they want to sponsor not just the games, but they want to sponsor things that benefit the athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So when they sponsor a game, they want to sponsor the food, they want to sponsor the water, the tents that keep them cool, make sure they got plenty of ice. And for those of you listening who aren't athletes, when you get on the field, if you don't have water, if you don't have ice, if you don't have shade, if you don't have any food, it makes life difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And so they wanted to take care of the athlete
Yeah.
more than they wanted to take care of the festival.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got to see them in 2 or 3 games. And I just enjoy who they are. I like what they're talking about. And so
You can't be
they,
unhappy when you're chatting with Tim. Something about the
right,
guy is just ecstatic all the time.
absolutely, absolutely. Have you met his brother Dave?
I have not. I've only met Tim because he was at Central Carolina, and then he also came up to our game that they sponsored. So I have
So
not met Dave. I think we may have exchanged an email or two, but
actually, you met Dave at Central.
did I?
Yeah, because Dave came to Central.
Okay.
Tim went to your game,
Yeah. Was it Dave I was on live
and
with them and not Tim? Am I misremembering?
yeah, it
Oh,
was
okay.
Dave.
Okay, then yeah, I've met both of them. Yes. Then never mind. They're both ecstatic because it was the exact same. It
Absolutely
was the same energy from both of them.
right. They're
So.
great guys, and so they had an event going on in Utah, dealing with adaptive kids, and they wanted me to uh, come hang out with them and see what I could do about talking with some of these adaptives to joining the Highland Games and how they can get involved with Kilted Patriot, and Kilted Patriot could get involved with them. And I flew out there just to be curious to see if these were the folks I really wanted to align myself with,
Mhm.
and see if they were for real. And they really are.
Yeah.
They really are. They care about the athlete.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if you know how it all started.
I've
Um,
read the thing, and I also a while back Barbara sent me what she wanted as ad reads on the podcast when they first came on as a sponsor. So
mhm.
I know it, and I've watched the videos that Tim and Dave have put out talking about it. But if you want to go over it for those people who maybe don't know, you could probably do a more eloquent job than I can.
um, well, Tim's son was a heavy athlete. He threw in the Highland Games. He did a lot of stone lifting, and he did a lot of strongman type stuff.
Hmm.
And he was lifting, or he was doing a competition, and came home, and just like always, just like the rest of us, sores could be tight. He laid down on the living room floor just like he always does to go to sleep after a game. Cause I don't know if you've tried it, but laying on the floor, man, really
Yeah,
loosens up the
you're
back.
saving 6 hours of back rehab just by getting on the floor for a little bit. Hmm.
Absolutely. And so, long story short, he passed away. And Tim had no idea the impact he had had on the games until the funeral. And Tim was expecting, 30, 40 people from work.
Hmm.
And 300 kilted people showed up.
Yeah.
And really made Tim understand the impact that his son had on the games. And Tim wanted to continue that legacy, and so he started Kilted Patriot with the help of Dave and Brenda.
Nice.
And so that's what they want to do, man. They just want to support the athlete.
Yeah, which I can, and not knowing them as well as you do, but all the interactions I've had with them, the message of being athlete focused has been the forefront of all of it. You know,
Right.
anytime they came on as a sponsor, and anytime they've offered extra stuff, it's always been for the athletes. What else do you need for the athletes? What else, hey, next year, what do you want for the athletes? You know,
Right.
it's not about the
Right.
clan tents or the venue or the like. They are just there for us, which I always loved because
And
that was the whole reason I wanted to run games was I wanted to make the best athletic experience. I'm not there to put on the best festival. I mean, I want to have a festival because it's a part of the show. It's what we market. It's how we exist most of the time. But
it's how we get sponsors.
exactly, it's the selling point. It's the spectacle of it is having a total package. But at the end of the day, the reason I wanted to do it was for athletes, and I really appreciate that the reason they wanted to do it was for the athletes. You know.
Right. And if you've ever been to a game that I'm announcing and I bring my RV, I'm always smoking barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
And for the past year, the Kilted Patriot has sponsored all that barbecue that I've made for the athletes.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Um,
Absolutely.
so we've kind of already bled into it, but one of the next things on the list was what is the purpose of Kilted Patriot? So it's a 501c, right? Am I getting those? The
I believe so.
I always mix those up. It's a nonprofit with the
It's a
goal
nonprofit.
of supporting athletics at Highland Games almost exclusively. Like that is the goal, and also with a heavy focus on adaptive athletes, like we've talked about. Um,
Right.
but it,
So
yeah, what?
you mentioned Matt Hall earlier.
Mm-hmm,
Um, Matt Hall, great athlete, holds most of the adaptive world records.
yeah.
And he was the first adaptive athlete that they sponsored.
Mm-hmm,
And now Josh Watkins, the adaptive phenom, he's crazy, man.
yeah.
That dude can throw. And they're really reaching out to the adaptive folks, trying to get them out and about, get them
Mm-hmm,
into the Highland Games and into strength sports.
yeah.
So they're doing a great job, and I, I I just can't wait to see what happens next.
That's fantastic. What are the like what goes on in the quote unquote day to day of Kilted Patriot? You know, is it always just planning for the next one? Is there stuff behind the scenes that those of us that aren't at that particular game aren't seeing? You know, like what peel back the curtain just a little bit for those of us like myself that are dumb and don't understand how these things get done. You know?
Right. So when they came out last October, they had no idea what a Highland Game was,
Yeah.
and they had no idea how it works. But they've immersed themselves into Highland Games for almost a year and a quarter,
Hmm.
and so
That was
they're
going to be my
learning a
other
lot.
point that I kind of forgot is they are very new. I mean,
They're brand new.
they've been all over the country in the past, 2025. But at the same time, I mean, that's been it. They came out of the gate swinging. For anyone who's unaware, um, it is a relatively new organization.
And
So,
I would be willing to bet at least 25 cents that they have sponsored more games in a year than any other organization.
oh, would almost without a doubt, you might have maybe an argument for top three, but I'd be pretty comfortable saying number of games wise for sure. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know what
they
their
do a
sock
great
budget
job.
is, but my God, the way these guys buy socks,
the
it's
the if I remember correctly, it was well over 10 grand.
yeah. I mean that checks out, and they're nice
Yes,
socks. They've become
they
some of
are.
genuinely aside from them being so supportive of my games and everything I'm trying to do. Genuinely, some of my favorite socks to wear with my kilt. They're incredibly comfortable.
Well, I got kind of large calves.
Hmm. Same.
They've shrunk a little bit since I've stopped throwing. But they're the only calves that, or they're the only socks that go over my calves.
Yeah, they don't cut into it. They're
Right.
nice. Sup
And they
This
don't
is going
fall
to become
down.
a sock preference podcast. We're just going to start pulling out different socks that we like of our. But yeah, yeah, genuinely, they are incredibly comfortable. They're not falling down on me. They haven't gotten horrendously gross inside of my throwing shoes all day long.
Right.
So big
Right.
fan.
Yeah. And so anyway, what they do is they show up early and they try and help with whatever needs done during the day.
Mm-hmm.
If an athlete needs something, um, if their fork breaks, they're going to try and find another one.
Yeah.
You know, and they checking with athletes throughout the day, making sure they have what they need.
Mm-hmm.
They're incredibly supportive of me.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know why. I'm just another bonehead, but I got to tell you, there have been some games where if they didn't bring food onto the field for me, I'd have starved.
I'm telling you, there's a few roles that tend to get sort of glazed over for that lunch break in the middle of the day, and announcer is for sure one of them. You know,
Yeah, because
you're the DJ at the
we've got to
wedding.
be
You're
there
on
to.
all day. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, one of the best games I went to this year was Crystal Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got a chance to do their game, and if you haven't been to that one, that's a phenomenal game.
I was there. I was with you. I
And
was throwing.
oh, daggone. Well, okay, that was for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
um, but if there was a 30-second gap in announcing, um, Bill Crawford was all over me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Come on, man, get on it."
That sounds right.
I was over there trying to get the band situated and the clan situated. So as we went through the opening ceremonies, everything went smooth. And he's like, "Get on the freaking mic, dude."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, sure, yeah. Sorry, trying to get this right.
Yeah. My
Here's
bad.
the mic if you want
Right.
it." And if you haven't met Bill, for those of you in the audience, I know you have, but he's an awesome guy.
Mm-hmm.
And puts on one heck of a good show. And he's all over it.
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, go to Crystal Coast. For those of you in the audience, even if you're in Ohio,
Make the drive.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Even if you're just an athletic supporter,
Mm-hmm.
that's a throwback to our first 2 minutes.
Right.
In case you weren't paying attention.
It's not a lack of paying attention. It's a lack of recall, unfortunately. Uh,
Okay.
but um, so what is if we had to give everyone a message on what their best way is to kind of be involved? Like, if is it straight up donations? But I also know that Kilted Patriot runs a merch shop and things like that. I
Yeah.
mean, it.
So donations are awesome. Um, there's a lot of companies that have um, ways that they support nonprofits through some kind of organization,
Mm-hmm.
and the employer or the employee can, through these organizations, and I don't know much about it, but their company will donate in the name of the employee
Mm-hmm.
to the charitable organization.
Yeah.
And I don't know how all that works. So you can do that. You can just straight out donate. You can go to their merch shop. They got some really cool merch.
I was going to say we got there's duffel bags, socks, sweatshirts, hoodies, beanies. I mean, just about anything you need.
Dude, their
They've
new
got
their new shirts and their new hoodies.
yeah.
I don't know if you've seen them, but they've got Sasquatch on the back of them
Oh, there you
in
go.
a kilt.
How
Bigfoot in a kilt.
how fitting for
Yeah,
most of
right,
us. Not the lightweights, but the rest of us.
right.
Um, but so oh shoot, I had something else in my head. This is the worst part. This is why editing is a lifesaver because I will start talking and I know I had something and I despite having a notepad in front of me, swear that I'll remember it and then it just goes up in flames. Um, is there any what's the main goal for them for 2026? Is it to do the same thing bigger and better? Are there new goals on the horizon? I mean, we've talked about them wanting to do, you know, the athletic or adaptive athletic championship, the world championship for that division. But is the
Right.
goal simply to be involved with more games? Is it to be around the same number of games and just be more involved? Is it to maintain? Is it to grow the organization itself? Like what is on the Kilted Patriot agenda moving forward?
So a lot of that depends on donations.
Mm-hmm.
They would like to expand it. Um, this year, what they did was, or last year, what they did was sponsored a lot of festivals,
Mm-hmm.
and they learned that their money isn't put where they want it to be.
Yeah.
So they're going to do more sponsoring of athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, giving athletes money to go to games, get more equipment,
Yeah.
help build the brand. They want to sponsor more athletic associations,
Mm-hmm.
and they just want to continue to take care of the athlete themselves.
Yeah.
They're doing big work with Utah Heavy Athletics because that's where they're based out of.
Okay.
Um, so they're going to be doing a whole lot of work with more adaptives,
Okay.
um, and so to answer your question, yes, they want to
Mm-hmm.
do all of that, but they don't want to maintain.
Yeah.
They
The
want to
goal is
get
to keep
bigger and
doing
better.
bigger and
So, right,
yeah. I mean,
their
that's a
their
heck of a
goal is
task
to
because, like we
be.
said, they were legitimately at more games than any one organization I can think of last year. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely, and um, one of the games that they sponsored um, was the Holiday Highlander,
Mm-hmm.
one of Willie's games.
Yep.
And even though Dave and Tim didn't get there, they were still represented by myself.
Yeah.
And so, if you're looking for Dave and Tim, or even Brenda's I don't know if you've met her. You probably haven't,
Not in
but
person, no.
she's a ball of fire, dude. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome. She's got more energy than both Tim and Dave put together.
Nice.
And so when these three show up like they did over at Masters Worlds, Danny's game in Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
man, they put on a great show.
Yeah.
We had uh, we had 8 butts on the smokers, so when the game was over, everybody came over and ate with us, and just a great job. And they spent more time speaking to athletes and athletic directors than I've seen anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I remembered the point that I. There we go. Is that if people, they maybe aren't in a situation to do donations or any of that stuff, the merch is a great option, but also you can tell me if I'm wrong, you guys still have a discount code through SportKill, right? So if you're trying to show these
Absolutely,
organizations
yeah.
that are, partnering with you guys, hey, you got to get a kilt anyway. So hit them up.
Absolutely,
We had one,
absolutely. It's
maybe still have one. I don't know, but use Kilted Patriots and show some love to the people that are helping put more kilts on more people in the sport.
absolutely, and the discount code is KP10.
Yep.
And I flew out to Utah,
Yeah, y'all
and
went
I
to
can't
the
remember why.
factory out there, right? The big
Yeah,
production
I got
place
to
of
go
Sport
to
Kilt.
to where they make sport kilt
Yeah,
and meet the owners and meet the folks that were sewing the kilts. Man, they got a great place out there. They got a great
yeah,
place out there. They're doing some really good stuff. As a matter of fact, I got me a sport kilt fanny pack.
yeah. Is it the black one with the
Yeah,
gold logo on the front, the little
yeah.
shield? Yeah,
hmm
yeah. Not a bad little setup. I know you're more of a sporting guy at games, but I've got
I
that one.
am,
I'm a
but
big
I
fanny pack
found that
fan.
it's hard to get your phone out of a sporin. And when you're standing in the middle of the field digging for a pin out of your spore, and it looks a little funky.
It looks bad from the wrong angle. We're back to that athletic
It
supporter
does.
problem, So.
Yeah, so I kind of wear the sporting in front for the look, and then I've got that fanny pack sitting on the side with the phone and the pen, so I can make notes on my my note sheet there.
Yeah, check the smoker off your phone, see how that's going, do all the important stuff.
I my smoker's not that sophisticated.
Yeah, he says about his 36-inch long pellet smoker.
Exactly. It's just
not
big
that
enough for two.
sophisticated. Yeah.
It's not. I've got one here at the house. Man, it's got everything. It's the Rectech RT 2500 BFG, and that thing's big enough for 30 butts at a time.
Jeez. Oh man.
I know. 30 butts. That's crazy.
That's a lot of butts. I just found the subtitle for this episode. That's a lot of butts. With everyone's favorite athletic supporter. But is there anything else that you wanted to hit while we're here? Anything else that was on your to-do list? Any other stuff you wanted to put out for the dozens and dozens of listeners? While you've got their ear.
Yeah, Kilted Patriot, Sport Kilt, Buzz Bomb. All these guys they're my sponsors. They help me make it to the games on time, and absolutely love them. But support your local Highland Games athlete. Buy him a steak or something. Support your local announcer as well. Any support you can give Kilted Patriot, whether it's on or off the field, we're grateful when you post your video games or your games videos or your pictures, and you've got the KP socks on, you've got the KP shirt, KP hat, whatever it be. Make sure you tag them. Make sure you're sending them more videos. Even just Instagram and Facebook. That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. The more views they can get, the more outside people they can get supporting them.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone understands how huge that is nowadays, to be able to show a social media following and a rate of engagement to potential sponsors and income sources and all that. I mean, that's what everyone wants. So it doesn't take that long for us on the athlete side to just add a little tag to the post that you're already going to make anyway.
Absolutely. Like and follow. Like and follow, post and post and post.
Yeah, which telling them to like and follow. They're on Instagram as @Kilted Patriot.
That's correct.
I think Facebook is the same way.
Same thing.
And then they've got the website, which is also exactly the same, kiltedpatriot.com. They heard me say it before every episode last season since they came on. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And by supporting them, you're supporting the athletes. Your favorite Highland Games athlete, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
And as an athlete, it's really important to know that people out there actually care. Most of the time when you hit the field, the crowd is out there, they're cheering, they're having a good time. But sometimes you feel just like a dancing monkey.
Yeah.
When you're off the field, they don't care. And unless it's your mom or your wife, they probably don't.
Yep.
I don't think there were a whole lot of people that knew that I wasn't throwing anymore until I showed up as an announcer. So Kilted Patriot really takes care of their people, and so the more you tag them, the more they get to know you. When you see them on the field, say hello, and they're going to try and say hello to you as well. So just keep hitting them, letting them know who you are. It's pretty cool that a couple of athletes just kept posting Kilted Patriot after Kilted Patriot, and next thing you know, Kilted Patriot is sponsoring them.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Awesome.
You
And then
never know
if
what's going to happen, and that's a good goal for any company that you feel a part of or that you like. The more you post about them, the more you're going to get noticed by them. The more you get noticed by them, who knows, man? They might pick you up and sponsor you.
there you go. Awesome. And if they, for some reason, can't find any of that, you are now and have always been at Big Stash Buck on Instagram, if I'm remembering right. So
Yes, sir.
they can always get a
Yes,
hold of
sir.
Kilted Patriot some kind of way.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am on the board,
Yep.
so I have about this much influence on them. So hit me up if you can't get a hold of them directly,
Yeah.
and I'll do what I can to get you in front of them. You can also email me at
Mhm.
gamesannouncer@gmail.com.
Perfect. Well, awesome. Thanks so much for coming on, man. And hope everything does, in fact, get bigger and better come 2026. I don't see any reason why it
Absolutely,
shouldn't.
absolutely. I can't wait to come up to your game. I think we've discussed me announcing at your game this year.
I think there's a pretty good chance. I don't think we've put the final seal on it yet. I'm going to stop recording. I'll bug you about it a little bit. But
Okay.
yeah, I'd say there's a better chance than not that people might see you at the Woodridge games this year.
Excellent, excellent,
Awesome.
excellent, and yeah, look forward to seeing you on the field, brother.
Perfect, man.